or folks who I have come to know through adventures beyond photography. And today, and you all are avid photographers, there's a huge contingent of photographers here paying attention, not everyone. But regardless of your mode of expression or the way that you couch yourself in creativity, today's guest is someone who started off as a fan of the show and has since made a journey not just halfway across the planet, but through desiring to start a career, have started that career, and now has cultivated a ton of success for himself. And this brings me a great pleasure to introduce a man who hails from Ghana, Africa. We have a long history together, and I'm excited to cover that history, but mostly what it's like to be someone who's coming up in the creative industries right now in the areas of photography and documentary film. My guest is the one and only Mr. Paul Ninsen. Paul, welcome to the show. I'm so honored that you're here, and we're going to cover some good ground today. So thank you for coming.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you so much. It's been a long time coming.
It has. And again, as a documentary photographer and filmmaker, I know that is part of how you identify now. I'm hoping, though, that you can trace a little bit of your journey, maybe even our journey, you paying attention to Brandon Stanton, our mutual friend who is the creator of Humans of New York, who connected us while you were still in Ghana a couple of years ago. I'm wondering if, as we welcome people, I can see here people tuning in from all over the planet. They are cheering for you, congratulating you on not being on the show, but as for being able to pursue your dreams and for creating success for yourself. So again, we got folks from Auckland, New Zealand, it looks like here, Ontario. I got 2 LAs in the house. Hands raised for Paul. So the world's welcoming you. And
Thank you.
In parallel with those folks tuning in from all over the place, could you give us a little backstory on how you first were acquainted with the show, the journey through us meeting, and then we can get into your journey as a creator?
Thank you, Chase. I'm Paul Ninsen from Ghana. So in 2017, I decided to become a photographer. So I sold my camera in 2000. I sold my iPhone in 2016 to buy a camera with the hope of becoming a photographer.
So how did you communicate? If you sold your phone, did you not have a phone at all then, or did you have just a small connected non-smartphone device?
Yes. So I had an iPhone, and then I sold the iPhone, which meant my luxury to start a career which I knew barely nothing about. I only heard about it, and so there was this burning desire to become a photographer. So I constantly was looking for information. I constantly looking for photographers on Facebook, everywhere possible. That's how I got to know of Creative Life, the Creative Life podcast, and it's just different being on it.
Different now. This is what I mean by folks have been asking for a long time for this full circle. Folks who are in the early chapters of creating success for themselves, as you are. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if we can maybe even go one level deeper. So you sold your smartphone to buy a DSLR to have a shot at becoming a photographer. Mm-hmm. And thank you for being paying attention to what it is that we do here online. But I also know you were paying attention to another amazing documentary photographer and storyteller, our mutual friend, Brandon Stanton. So you tell your version of the story first about bumping into Brandon, and then I'll tell my story because there's a funny little way that it connects. So share with me how you initially met Brandon, which led to us being on the phone today.
Okay. So back in Ghana, when even I didn't have a camera, I was watching Creative Life. I couldn't afford it then. So I'll have to, currently right now, the time difference is that I'm in New York. Currently it's 12 p.m.